Q&A time now. Kuma Highlight says, no, sign that clown. Wait, do you mean like, no, don't sign the clown? Or no, sign that guy? Because the grammar of this says sign him, even though he's a clown. That's kind of confusing. All right, Alan, don't mean to ask a dumb question. I am instituting a rule today only. All right? Today only, no dumb questions. I will try. There are no dumb questions. You can ask whatever you want. I'll try to be nice. Now that Dak is playing on the tag, does he lose games on purpose? Middle finger to the Joneses. I hope he doesn't. No, because that will cost Dak money. Like, if this was Dak's last year ever, sure, why not? He can go with that. But he wants to get paid, and they're not going to do that. Edward, they're also not going to cut. Look, hey, no dumb questions today. They're not going to cut Dak. Because what are they going to do? Play Andy Dalton? No. They're not going to cut Dak. All right. Don, they're not waiting for Steven Son to enter the draft because he's not good enough. Well, like if John Steven didn't suck and is only started at Arkansas, you could have that discussion. He got benched halfway through. Like after a quarter, he was horrible. No. All right, Zach. That one was a dumb question, Brett. You found the only dumb question in there. Good job. Beswa Dominguez, an article just posted saying the Cowboys don't have the cap space to tag Dak again next year. Is this true? I believe this was a Cowboys Wire article with friend of the show, Katie Drummond. I mean, technically speaking, the answer is yes, because the tag will be 37.7, and as of right this second, the Cowboys don't have that available cap space. But here's the thing. As of right this second, the Eagles are like $50 million over the cap. This comes back to the point I've made many a time. Guys, the cap's like fake. Like, it's real, sure. At some point, the bill does come due. But guess what? You can manipulate it. So, as of right this second, no, they don't. They can restructure Zach Martin and be fine. So, they can tag Dak if they want. That's why I should have paid him to, make it cheaper in the long term. Wow, crazy, right? All right, Graham Preddy. If you insist on a 5-year deal, wouldn't you lose most of the savings when you have to re-up him 1 year later than you would on a 4-year deal? So, yes and no. It all kind of ends up being similar. The Cowboys wanted a 5-year deal because that allows them to get more creative with the structure. But that's why they rolled caps. Like, the Cowboys didn't spend money to save room for a long-term deal with Dak and then didn't give him a long-term deal. So, yeah, like at some point, it all ends up being pretty similar. It's just like when you have to do it. Like that's why the year shouldn't have been that big of a deal. Should have just done it. Like it all balanced out in the end. You pay the quarterback what you pay the quarterback. If you get lucky on a crazy long-term deal is where the savings really kick in. The difference between 5 and 4, think of it as like maybe $2 million. That's it. You're arguing over Jeff Heath. That's what you've argued over. The contract of a Kai Forbath. It just doesn't make sense to me. It just doesn't. Now, what does make sense to me is making sure you get a full night's sleep. If you struggle with that like my wife does, Panda Supps can help you out. They offer this awesome sleep aid. It'll just help you get a full night's rest. You'll feel more relaxed. Your mood will be improved. Not a shot at my wife, just so we're clear. You will sleep better throughout the night. 30% off at pandasupps.com if you use promo code Cowboys. That link, it's in the chat. It's in the description as well. 30% off at pandasupps.com with promo code Cowboys. And for this week only, we will hook you guys up with a free t-shirt as well. Who doesn't like pandas? Cool animals, right? Yeah. Free t-shirt for this week only. All you guys have to do is when you go to checkout, you'll see like the special order instructions right there. Type in your t-shirt size. T-shirt size, medium, large, small, extra small, whatever. And then when you go to checkout, apply promo code Cowboys, and they'll hook you up. Only at pandasupps.com if you use code Cowboys. And by the way, if you need help, just DM me. I'm on Twitter. What going down? Shyler Cyrus. Okay, I can sober the fact. I don't know if is sober the fact a phrase. I'm getting off track. Losing Dak. Who will replace him? I don't know. Not Dalton. He's here for a year too. It's probably not Ben DiNucci. Maybe it's a draft pick. I don't know. We'll see in 2 years, right? I see it in the comments. Maybe it's Aaron Rodgers, which fun idea, except does Rodgers want to work with McCarthy and or vice versa? And also, Rodgers is old. So I think it's a stopgap, which honestly is probably fine. Just long term, you had a top 10 quarterback and you might let him leave. All right, Ben, what are the odds Dak isn't the quarterback in 2 years? 50-50, right? Is it actually higher than 50? Because here's what's going to happen. The Cowboys will allow Dak to play out the franchise tag. If Dak ends up playing like the guy we think he's going to be, or what the Cowboys think he's going to be, they're going to tag him again. And maybe they'll trade him then. We can talk trade at that point for sure. But Dak will get $37.7 million next year. So any offer has to be above that, and honestly, well above that, because that's just the first year of his deal. The cost just went way up. That's the issue here. That's the issue. Now, a good question coming in from Green Caesar 55. Do you think the Cowboys aren't paying Dak because of McCarthy being in his first year as our head coach? It is possible, except, guys, I'll let you in on a secret here, too. You want to know why Mike spent all that time with the PFF guys watching the Dallas Cowboys? Because he wanted the Cowboys job, and he wanted Dak Prescott, and that's why Amari Cooper stuck around, too. Sure, it's possible. Maybe you want to see, but there you go. How are we considered lucky to have had Romo and Prescott? Romo checked in meaningful games, and Prescott is Romo 2.0. I'm sorry, but Prescott is not our guy. I'm sorry, Steve, but that's wrong. Like, go look at the actual... Romo did not check out in meaningful games. Romo, when he played, had one of the best comeback rates, some of the most comeback games in the NFL in his time frame. Were there moments that things went terribly? Of course there was. No quarterback is going to be perfect. No quarterback. And not only that, you're lucky because you found an undrafted free agent quarterback and a 4th-round pick and got really good production out of them, way beyond the expected range. You're not supposed to get there. Most 4th-round picks, shit, they are out of a job. They're out of the league within 3 years. You got lucky because you thought it was Quincy Carter, then you thought it was Chad Hutchinson, then you thought it was Drew Henson, and then you found Romo somehow. And then you were lucky because you wanted Paxton Lynch and you wanted Connor Cook, and you settled for Dak Prescott. Turns out he's way better than anyone thought he was going to be. I think Dak's the guy. All of the individual numbers, when you get past the eye test that frankly, maybe you shouldn't be using because you're not qualified, When you get past the wins side of it, because that's a team stat, Dak's the guy. I want to hear your guys' votes too, though. 1 for yes, 0 for no. I think the answer is 1. Get your votes in there, but I think Dak's the guy. All of the numbers, when you as difficult as it is, break it down individually and toss out the stuff that's drastically impacted by, your special teams being trash and defense being mediocre. All of the numbers say top 10 guy, top 10 guy, top 10 guy, top 10 guy. When you don't allow the national analysts to take a holistic view and go from, okay, we're gonna discount half of his games from the first 2 years and then discount another 40% this year and only focus on the 4th quarter and that. Now you're down to 1% to make him look bad. Dan Orlovsky. The numbers all say good. That's the reality. All right. Super chat from Feed21. I saw someone that the Cowboys can't afford to tag Dak again next year. Is this true? Right this second, that's true. The cap is very malleable. It's very manageable. It'll probably stay flat this year, which means you just restructure a contract. You cut somebody overpaid. You trade Tristan Hill. You redo Lael Collins' deal because he's doing so well, you just extend him and kick the can down the road. So right this second, technically no. Long term, yeah, you'll be fine. All right, Jeremy Shaver, do you wish we still had Cole Beasley? I feel like that he didn't really get a chance to shine when we had him. The problem with the way Cole was used was that A, Linehan had no creativity, so these mesh concepts, these rub concepts that are prevalent in the NFL, he didn't use them in the way Cole would have thrived. And then at the beginning of 2018, when everyone says Dak always had the great supporting cast, the receiving core was Terrence Williams, out of the NFL, bad. Allen Hurns, bad. Bryce Butler, bad. Undeveloped Michael Gallup, and Cole Beasley. They just doubled Cole because nobody else could get open. It's tough to be a quarterback if your receivers can't even get open a little bit. So Cole never, the timing was never right, but I mean, I wouldn't have paid him what the Bills did. So I think that's fine for me in the end. Today's show brought to you by Panda Supps. Use code Cowboys at checkout. That will save you 30% off. All you got to do, go to pandasupps.com and use code Cowboys. It is that simple. Hey Cowboys fans, thanks for watching the Cowboys Report. If you haven't already, click right here to subscribe to our channel for all the best Cowboys coverage on the internet. That's news, rumors, highlights, mailbags, film studies, and a whole lot more. And I'm making your lives a little bit easier as well with the next Cowboys Report video right here.